Oops. Okay, number 1 says 5.13 times 10 to the negative third power. With scientific notation, we look at the exponent on the 10. Positive numbers go towards the right, or they make numbers bigger. Negative exponents move the decimal to the left. So, this says we're going to take our decimal and move it to the left 3 times. Our decimal is between the 5 and the 1. We need to go left 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Any empty spaces we fill in with zeros. So, 0.000513. Same thing for this next one. Our exponent is negative 2. Negative exponents move the decimal to the left. This one says we move it to the left 2 times. 1, 2. Fill in any empty holes with a 0. 0.0209. This next one has an exponent of 0. How many times do I move the decimal? 0 times. It's just 1.8. Positive exponents, we move it to the right where positive numbers are on the number line. 1 time. 41.1. Plotting numbers on the number line, make sure you understand negative numbers. In order to plot things, we're going to change everything to a decimal. You do not have to do that. If you understand that negative 3/2 is between negative 1 and negative 2, that's fine. But most people are more comfortable working with decimals. So, negative 3/2 is negative 3, or 3 negative, divided by 2, equals negative 1.5. Negative 1.5 is halfway between negative 1 and negative 2. Put a dot there, label it. To change a percent to decimal, divide by 100. 200 divided by 100 is 2. Put a point exactly on 2, label it. Negative 2.5 already is a decimal. It's between negative 2 and negative 3. 5%. 5 divided by 100 is 0.05. 0.05 is different than 0.5. 5% is very close to 0. 50% would have been exactly between 0 and 1. So make sure that you recognize that letter D should be a lot closer to 0 than it is to 1. And E double negatives make a positive. You can think of this as the opposite of negative 3/4. The opposite of negative 3/4 is positive 3/4. 3 divided by 4 is 0.75. And 0.75 will be closer to 1. So it should be on the other side of D. Are there any questions? Do you need a moment to catch up? Alright, when we're ordering rational numbers, again, it's easier to order if everything is in the same form. It is easiest to get every number to a decimal. So we'll convert all numbers to decimals, line them up vertically so that we can compare place values together. We'll work from left to right, comparing digits in each place value, so compare the ones place and the tenths place. And then we'll rewrite the answer in its original form. So, negative 2/3 is negative 0.6 repeating. When I write that down, though, I'm going to write out all the 6's. So 0.6666. If you write down 4 decimal spots, that will be enough. You don't have to keep going. 0.5%, remember, divide by 100. 0.005. 0.5% is different than just 0.5. You have to convert that to an actual decimal. So 0.005. To get those 4 decimal spots, I'm going to fill it in with my last 0. Negative 3/4 is negative 0.75. That's right. 7500. 5.3 times 10 to the negative first power. This negative 1 says we move our decimal to the left 1 time, right here, 0.53. And 1 divided by 30, or 1/30th, is 0.03 repeating, 0.03. Since it's repeating, we're not filling it in with zeros, we're filling it in with more 3s. Then we compare these numbers. I'm going to ignore this middle one. We're going to compare the negatives first. Ascending order means going up. So least to greatest. So we'll write our smallest numbers first. So we're only comparing these negatives. They start with a 0 in the ones place, so they're even there. So we'll jump to the tenths. So we look at negative 6 and negative 7. Which is smaller, negative 6 or negative 7? Good. Negative 7 is smaller than negative 6, so this number is written first. So I'll cross that out. Then we can write the negative 6 number, or negative 2/3. We're writing them back in their original form when we're ordering them. We have 3 more numbers to compare. They're all positive. They all have zeros in the ones place, so we'll scoot it over. 0, 5, or 0. What's smaller, 5 or 0? 0. So we're not comparing this number anymore. It's too big. So we'll go to the next one. 0 or 3. What's smaller? 0. So this number is my next smallest, the 0.5%. And this other one that had 0 is the next smallest, 1/30th. Which means the 5.3 times 10 to the negative first power is my biggest number. Alright, flip it over on the back. I'm going to give you guys like 5 minutes to get as many of these done as you can, and then I'll show you the answers. Start with whichever one you think is the hardest, so you can make sure that you try the hardest problem first, and then we will keep going.